Oh no, sisters, disaster struck. She was in the middle of a video conference when she accidentally called her boss husband. The meeting room exploded with gasps, and the screen filled with shocked exclamations. Her whole body went numb with embarrassment. To make it worse, her childhood friend and boss, the billionaire CEO Damien Sterling, raised an eyebrow in that possessive way of his obsessive alpha male vibe kicking in as he murmured something low. Her toes curled into the floor, wishing she could dig a hole and vanish. After blurting out husband, she glanced at the screen silently. The online participant count showed 1311, and Damien's avatar dominated the display. Even through the phone, she could picture his smug, teasing expression. Her device buzzed nonstop with vibrations, colleagues practically radiating gossip vibes. She felt like crying but held back. When she tried to explain, Damien abruptly ended the meeting, claiming a sudden personal matter, postponing it to tomorrow. That only made everything seem even more suspicious. Her phone kept buzzing as Damien sent a video call. She checked her reflection in the mirror and jumped. Her face looked like a flushed mess. In the call, he teased her about not hearing clearly and asked her to repeat it, suggesting she call him that in private next time, not blowing up their personal affairs. Her cheeks burned even hotter. She jumped off the bed in frustrated rage. It was just a slip of the tongue. Damien spoke calmly, but the upward curve of his lips screamed mischief, like the possessive husband he secretly yearned to be. She'd always wondered how their bond got so deep. It seemed rooted in growing up together in the family compound, sometimes like allies, other times like enemies in an enemies to lovers saga. At family gatherings, it was either him in tears or her. Thinking back, their real feud started in high school during a mundane evening study session, all because she accepted snacks from a boy and didn't share with him. Damien's face turned red with jealousy, stiffly declaring he'd pin her under his control forever. Who knew that playful threat would come true in this dark romance? Damien was utterly unreasonable, full of rebellion. In elementary school, when she had braids, he'd tug her ponytail daily, calling her names until she ran crying to his house, satisfied only after watching his dad discipline him. In middle school, half her mom's packed lunches ended up in his stomach. By high school, they weren't in the same class anymore, but when a boy asked her to walk home together, Damien confronted him right there, abandoning her bike in jealousy. Furious, she made him carry it all the way home, yet he trailed behind with a goofy grin, his obsessive alpha male tendencies already showing. So she vowed in college to escape this troublemaker. It worked. His scores were lower, sending them to universities north and south. Before leaving, he got teary, telling her to take care of herself alone. She laughed it off, saying his absence was her greatest blessing, finally free. For years later, her parents arranged an amazing job: 6 insurances, 2 funds, free meals and housing, 8,000 monthly salary. Thrilled, she rushed home. On her first day, Damien sat smirking in her office. "Long time no see, Anna," he said through gritted teeth. She wanted to bolt, but his light voice floated, "Sure, but pay 3 months' salary as breach penalty." Just like that, she was trapped under his thumb, in his billionaire CEO empire, like a forced marriage of sorts. At the company, colleagues winked and nudged her, some even calling her boss lady. Helpless, she stormed into Damien's office. A colleague inside apologized and fled faster than her after glancing at Damien's face. Alone, Damien raised an eyebrow, lounging against his desk lazily. "Miss me already?" She punched him in frustration, insisting last night's slip was an accident, and he needed to clarify for his reputation too. He clutched his chest dramatically, gasping, but his eyes sparkled with possession. Everyone's eyes are sharp. They believe what they see. She raised her hand again, but he cleared his throat, straightened his suit, and announced over the intercom departments, "Prepare for the meeting on time." For his cooperation, she felt surprised. Maybe his rebellious streak was dormant. But she needed to clear this up before it awakened. By 9, she arrived politely with notebook in hand, but everyone was already there early. The only seat left was right next to Damien. Under meaningful stares, she sat stiffly. Damien arrived, sat without a change in expression, and continued yesterday's content fluidly for 10 minutes. She fidgeted like on pins and needles, kicking his shin under the table anxiously. He paused, glanced at her, and added an off-topic remark. Her hands clasped expectantly on her chest, facing colleagues sincerely, waiting for the explanation. Today, he'd heard plenty of rumors at the company. Tapping the desk with his fingertip, he urged everyone to focus on work, not pry into the leader's private life. Of course, if there were any developments, he'd invite them first. She froze, turning her stiff head to him. What? Colleagues exchanged looks and laughed, congratulating the boss prematurely. The more you explain, the worse it gets, that summed it up. Damien's lips curved slightly upward. Meeting adjourned. After they dispersed, she shot him a resentful glare, but accidentally knocked over his water cup. Scalding water splashed straight onto his pants. Ouch, that hurts, Anna. You're ruthless. Steam rose from his trousers. It was boiling water. She squatted hurriedly, patting and fanning. Sorry, don't move, I didn't mean it. Before finishing, the door swung open again. Damien shut up instantly, his large hand pressing her head down. The intruder at the door blushed visibly. Saw nothing, carry on. Retracting her gaze, she checked the glass reflection, her half kneeling at his feet, his mouth slightly open, face red from pain. Perfect, totally unexplainable now. She shut down internally. Now the whole company buzzed she's the boss lady, and they did blush-worthy things in the meeting room, confirmed. But she and Damien grew up bare-bottom together. These years, they'd schemed against both sets of parents, battling through challenges like a journey to success. Like heroes on a quest, do they end up as a couple after? To avoid suspicion, she left work early. At home, her mom craned her neck behind her. Where's Damien? Why didn't you two come back together? Head down, she muttered he had company business, couldn't make it tonight. As the words fell, Damien poked his head in from the door. When did the company have business? But why was he in shorts today? Mom poked her forehead twice. Before she could speak, Damien complained nearly couldn't come today. Ava scalded him in revenge. He rolled up his shorts, revealing a red patch on his thigh. Mom gasped, dropping the spatula. How did this happen? Blisters? Medicated? Damien looked aggrieved. No, she left early when I asked to wait. Mom swatted at her. Out of Mom's sight, Damien stuck out his tongue mockingly. Go apply ointment on Damien quick. She eyed his thigh. The burn was just above the knee. But men and women shouldn't touch intimately. She declined politely. Mom shoved the cream into her hand. Don't underestimate burns, they hurt most. When you were little, scalded by the heater with blisters, Damien coaxed you all afternoon. She zoned out. Yeah, Damien always remembered her, growing up in his sporadic care and torment. Damien snatched the cream. I'll do it myself. No more complaining about her. His leg was indeed red in a large area. Guilt surged. She dipped a cotton swab in cream, gently applying. Still hurt. She blew on it softly, like when he held her face after she fell and scraped it from bullying. Damien stayed silent. Lifting her head, she saw his ear tips flushed red. Hot in here. Damien scratched his hair, gaze drifting sideways. Yeah, very hot. She checked the AC, set at 18 degrees. At dinner, he chatted animatedly with her dad over golden liquor, pouring round after round. Finally, as he neared tipsiness, she covered his glass. Too much, no one sending you home. Parents exchanged smiles and left the table. Of course, escorting him fell to her. Damien's half-body weight leaned on her, staggering along. But as she shoved him into the car, he grabbed her wrist, pulling her in two. Damien! Pressed against him, her heart raced wildly. He released. I'll drive you home. She struggled slightly. His palm suddenly landed on her back. Don't squirm. That damn bubbly voice. In summer's light clothes, his hand's heat seeped through her thin tee onto her spine, scorching her. Damien, her cheeks burned hot. Must be the noisy cicadas. Let go, I'll drive. Not only did he not release, he mumbled groggily, tightening his grip. I said I'd pin you under my control. So childish at his age. But her heart thumped hard. Street lights flickered on in the night. She knew his home code always, but lately avoided it to dodge gossip. Hold on, don't puke. She settled him on the bed, placed a trash bin nearby. Wait, I'll make honey water. Heading to the fridge, she was surprised by the array of fruits and veggies. When did Damien start cooking? Rummaging, no honey jar. The one she bought. Until giving up for yogurt, she spotted the honey in the kitchen trash, half full. 3 minutes later, a new unopened jar in the cabinet, with a note that brand's no good, swapped for one a friend brought from abroad. So another woman entered Damien's home? This picky overlord letting someone in, stocking his fridge? Damien was dating. She took her honey home. Sigh, wasn't it the brand they grew up on? That jar sat on her nightstand 3 days. She couldn't figure when Damien got a girlfriend. After his explanation, company folks saw her as boss lady. Ignorance was bliss. Now where should she end this farce? Staking out his house, no Damien, but his mom arrived. Why not go in? Guilty, but detour route might work. Arm in arm waiting for Damien to commute. But he's acting weird lately. Is he dating? Mom looked more shocked, nearly bursting into question. She blocked quickly. Let me handle it, inquire for you. Mom eyed her with complex confusion, sighing deeply before leaving. Waiting for Damien to commute, he pinched her cheek like childhood. Anna, who upset you? Grumpy so early. Not grumpy, just regretting her impulsiveness. She slapped his hand, sliding into the back seat. Damien sked lightly, gazing out the window silently, planning how to broach it. That night my slip. You didn't explain properly. Everyone misunderstood. Damien hooked his lip, glancing via rear view. I did explain. If any developments, I'll tell first. Staring at his profile, something clicked. In the office, she grasped he meant developments with the girl who stocked his fridge. She started keeping distance deliberately. For suspicion avoidance, unaware Mom kept urging Damien invites for dinner. She refused all. At meals, she ate tastelessly. Damien so busy lately? Used to eat here 4 days a week. Absently stirring rice probably won't come anymore. Parents dropped chopsticks tensely. You fought. She shook head, silent. Damien bullies you on surface but cares deeply. We parents see it. Don't bully him. She hung her head wordless, eyes blurring. Parents noticed she forced food in. Braised pork was fragrant but tasteless. Unbidden loss filled her heart. She couldn't tell if sadness was from him hiding a girlfriend or just him having one. Due to Damien's arrangement, their offices separated by blinds only. Working, he suddenly peeked through, eyes showing. Craving anti-sticky rice chicken. She resisted turning, keyboard clacking loudly. Sorry, Mom doesn't make it. He jumped in frustration beside. Her typing paused, glaring. Wasn't this scummy? Girlfriend already, still wanting her home meals. Though childhood bare but friends, avoidance necessary. No entangling, next day she took leave. Damien messaged playfully want leave? Trade for sticky rice chicken. She sighed, changed to resignation letter. This time 60-second voice, hey, bad mood? Take paid vacation. That swapped honey nearly gone. Illusion. Tasted different from before. Half-month no see with Damien. Meanwhile, his mom visited often. Families, seeing good weather, planned Saturday outing. I have planned Saturday. Mom's gaze drifted. Nested home half-month. What plans? On Saturday, Damien was his usual warm self, arm over her shoulder casually. Rested well at home. Went back to work. Someone might replace you. Parents watched meaningfully. But only she knew this was condemnable scummy behavior. She kicked him off. Not going back, quitting. Wind tousled his hair. She ran ahead. Cicadas chirped. Heat-hating, she stuck to shade. Spotting sunny stretch, she dug for umbrella in bag, the little yellow duck one, neatly folded. Damien offered water, cap unscrewed. Thirsty? He even fanned her with a fan. No better now? Look what's in my bag. She noticed his huge hiking pack. He introduced items sunscreen, water, umbrella, mini fan, even sneakers. She froze. Parents seemed accustomed. Damien's habit from childhood. Standard went out together. Wearing loafers hiking? Sit change. Damien plopped on a rock first, waiting. Her eyes reddened, turning silently to walk on. Striding big, breathing heavy. No athletic talent. Hated hiking most, but Damien always dragged her. Anna, sit, drink first. She sped up more, like teleporting. But behind, he lazily called cadence 121, 121. Annoyed, she stopped, glaring back. Damien jogged up, grinning, handing mineral water. Who's got you so mad? Drink, then go. I'll call cadence. Deep breath, question on lips. Simple, why not tell about dating? But hard to say. Fine, don't want water. Glancing back, parents far behind. But Damien, you should distance most. Having a girlfriend yet so close, immoral. Damien quieted, trailing not too far, not too close. She slowed, he overtook to sit on ahead rocks. What girl dates such a pest? Infuriating. Ahead, he yelled, hurry. What are you muttering? She gritted teeth, not just anger, dignity at stake. If not summit today, he'd mock endlessly. Passing him through grass, a snake darted out suddenly. She screamed in terror. Nearby Damien rushed over. Don't come. Tearful cry, snake. Snake. Not huge, black body gleaming. Legs shook in pants. Anna, don't move, stay still. She froze. Damien half squatted, circling behind slowly. What are you doing? Don't mess, if venomous? She guessed his plan. He lunged near, snake crawled his way. Heart clenched. He threw a stone opposite. Run now. Then he gasped sharply. The snake bit his arm, 2 clear blood holes. Forehead cold sweated in fear. Damien. Done, snake? Ignoring fear, she ran. That snake venomous? No venom. Hurt. Feeling? Forced calm, voice trembled. Damien paled too. About to speak, yanked her behind. Snake still in grass, hissing. Ignoring fear, snapped photo on phone. Damien, don't move. Called ambulance. Medics said apply pressure to bite. Strength from somewhere. She tore her jacket. Anna, don't. Tearful glare, all mind on if he envenomated, what then? From now, no moving till ambulance. Bound his arm tight with cloth. Uncomfortable anywhere? Arm move. Feeling? Damien lips pale. You said no moving. Furious tears fell. Timing for jokes? Don't cry, I'm fine. Anna, you worry about me, right? Silent. Recalled snake venom extraction from videos. Dumped bag contents thermos, tissues, lighter? Damien pulled from pocket, the one she gifted. Lit tissue tossed in thermos, sealed mouth to wound fast. Thermos sucked on. Glared at him. After half minute, pulled off. Red blood, no venom? Slightly relieved. But Damien softened, leaning on her shoulder, seeming weak. Arm a bit numb. Save me, I'm dying. Don't mind me, care for my parents later. Sucked harder, tears splashing his arm, wetting hairs. Care yourself. Even dead, your girlfriend can help. Peripheral, Damien twitched lip but silent. Parents arrived then. Half hour later, ambulance here. Too many for ride, families agreed she go. Doctor, if my son has issues, she signs, we're family-like. No blood tie, but closer. Dazed, boarded. Damien gripped her hand tense. Don't fear, hold on, hospital soon. Hold on. Doctor glanced, about speak, interrupted by Damien's cough. Anna, if this arm disabled, you're responsible. No feeling, might not save. Saying, tears flowed. Guilt-wrapped heart. If not walked fast, no snake. Rest assured, wipe tears with sleeve. If snake venom issues you, I'll take responsibility. After all, Damien saved her, otherwise she'd be here. Damien wanted more, but doctor-eyed close eyes, conserve energy, rest. She nodded, no more words, wishing faster drive. At hospital, push to or straight. Sent snake photo to docs. Prepare serum quick. Doctor glanced, nurse pulled her in. Paced anxiously outside or. Such big deal. Notify his girlfriend? Mind chaotic, full of Damien rushing selflessly to save. Snake venom dangerous, yet no hesitation. His bag tossed outside by medics. She fingered contents, eyes blurring more. Damien's bag, all for her, even pads. Ant flow soon, calendar check. Squatted by bad, shoulders shook crying. Damien bastard. Girlfriend already, why this to neighbor sister? Rotten through. Tearful curse, but behind light chuckle, that smug voice. I'm rotten? Then why cry so heartbroken? Cry stopped. Damien, arm bandaged, stood quietly behind, brows smiling, full cocky. Wiped tears messily, stood shocked. Done so fast. Damien tugged lip. Bless life. Not like imagined. Seeing silence, bent closer. Anna, you look disappointed. Crowd doctor passed, smiling you in, or girlfriend outside cried guts out. Your girlfriend cares so much, enviable. Damien beamed proudly. Face flushed red. Not me. Damien gripped her waving denial hand. Home now. Uneasy about snake venom, dragged him to ask doc. He resisted whole way. Already treated, fine. Not going, really not. Couldn't let be. Pushed into doc's office. Any follow-up notes? Doc glanced. Avoid water. No meds? Check again, please, this venomous. Doc sighed, set pen down, frowned. Girl, know you care for boyfriend eagerly, but just minor snake bite. Don't waste time, patience behind. Frowned. Minor snake? Non-venomous. Venomous wouldn't last till now. Damien's shoulders shook, turned and ran. She teleported again. Damien chased with injured arm. Anna, sorry Rom, okay? Really mad? Hit me to vent. No reason this time. Flagged cab home straight. Thinking back, he faked on ambulance. If real venom, no energy for chatter. Banged head, concern caused chaos. Girl, boyfriend chasing car behind. Driver's words interrupted. Look back, Damien pursuing. Shook head. Don't know him. Damien arrived home right after. Anna let in. Foot jammed door gap. In to explain. Chased panting, cheeks red, tea sweat-soaked patches. Move foot. He stubbornly pushed more. Head big with anger, slammed door. Outside, hauled ow ow ow. Domestic violence. Help hurts. Opposite neighbor peeked. Deflated, released. Damien hopped one-footed near. Anna, plotting husband murder? Damien so shameless. Pulled distance, eyes flaming. Whose husband? He caught tossed pillow casually, grinning righteously. Yours. Called me husband in company meeting. Whole firm knows I'm yours. No responsibility now. Gasped furious, but no rebuttal. Indeed, overreacted from concern. Day's messy emotions mixed, tears streamed. Seeing cry, Damien panicked. Don't cry. I overdid. But seeing you care, wanted hear more. Sorry. Used pillow to block approaching bodies, sniffed. Men, women, no intimate touch, stay far. And no more such words. You have girlfriend. Keep distance consciously. Damien frowned. Next second, head down. He pressed her neck like childhood, not letting up. Anna, when I get a girlfriend. Force no, hammered his just clipped foot in madness. Up after stood. Girlfriend or not, you know. Feigned ease. Childhood bond, you hide girlfriend? Fear I tattle? Damien watched seriously. Me dating, you really indifferent? Next, full aggrieved, turned away. 6 feet 1 inch big boss pouted. Arms crossed like wronged wife. Baffled. Heartless. I've guarded purity for you always. Now accused girlfriend? No feelings for me, say straight, such absurd excuse. Turned glaring, eyes red. Wish I had girlfriend. Pulled out honey jar. Iron proof. Someone filled your fridge, tossed my honey, prepared better one. Damien glanced, snatched jar, stood. Wondered where. Anna, gifting honey then taking back, progress. Sneered. Of course not find. Accidental trash glance, thought you ate. Silent, eyes reddened again. Probed head over. Fridge filled, thought girlfriend. These days no work. Lip smile grew. Jealous? Teetering on rage edge, tone softened suddenly. Recently distant relative visited, wanted company job. Barely related. Arranged work, he bought stuff guiltily, mom took to my place. Blinked shocked. Knew this, Damien shared sesame trivia. Finished jar question. But didn't expect this jar made you jealous. Send him home. Eyes teasing. Flushed red, snatched jar. Don't nonsense, who jealous? Brows furrowed, suddenly pressed down. Fingertips slid from hair to ear. Who cried tears at hospital. Called me husband? Said responsible? Hands on shoulders, no retreat. That slip. Man's gaze deepened suddenly. Spoke softly, waited years for that slip. Head buzzed, fireworks exploded. Damien's lips descended slowly, tingling numb. Brain blank till he shifted for breath. Damien covered mouth. You kissed me. Mom no beat you? She sees you as son. Kissed her hand back, then pinned both overhead undivided. Guess why home empty today? Glanced wall clock. Over hour since hospital, they should have returned. Fingertip from ear to collarbone, stopped at waist. Aunt said, keep good things in family. Fine cabbage not for outsider pigs. Hall wind through living room, overhead warm light swaying, entangling sweetly. With Damien, embarrassed facing parents. Next day, sped back to work. Her office changed. Grabbed colleague new hire? Colleague mysterious, shook finger. Desk moved to boss's office overnight. Damien's office now 2 desks. He sat at her old small one, looking cramped. Morning. Colleagues watched outside. Gritted, what are you doing? Damien glanced colleagues, pulled her to big desk. Soft leather way comfier than her stool. Colleague size flushed her. No fuss at company. Damien grinned smug, turned to colleagues amiably. Boss's happy news. All staff paid leave half month. Next month, attend wedding. No gifts needed. Colleagues cheered. Boss mighty. Congrats boss and lady, harmonious beauty. Side glance Damien, lip curve spring triumphant.